Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Koala English Podcast. I'm Anthony. How are you feeling today?
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha. I'm really glad you're here with us right now.
Before we begin, let's slow down just a little.
Notice where you are. Maybe you're at home. Maybe you're on your way to work. Maybe you're resting for a few quiet minutes.
Whatever your day looks like, there's no pressure here.
You don't need to understand every word perfectly. Just listen. Let the English arrive naturally.
Today, we're talking about something deeply human.
We're talking about having kids.
About becoming a parent.
About pregnancy, toddlers, tantrums, and the quiet transformation that comes with raising a child.
Maybe you already have children.
Maybe you're thinking about it one day.
Or maybe you're still deciding.
Today we'll explore the joy, the wait, and the timing.
The tired moments.
The proud moments.
And the internal shifts that don't always show on the outside.
As always, we'll use clear, simple English.
English you can carry into real conversations about family and life.
So take one calm breath.
And let's begin. Let's begin at the beginning. What really happens when you have a child?
Your life reorganizes, even before the baby arrives.
How so?
If you're pregnant, your body changes, your energy changes, your priorities change. You begin thinking ahead. Doctor visits, food choices, rest.
So preparation begins early.
Very early. You become careful in small ways. You think about safety more.
And when the baby arrives?
Then it becomes physical. Sleep disappears. Time becomes fragmented. You don't measure your day in hours. You measure it in feedings.
That sounds intense.
It is intense. But it's also surprisingly tender. When the baby grips your finger, you feel needed in a way you never felt before.
And toddlers?
That's the next stage. They walk, they test limits, they express emotion without control.
Tantrums.
Yes, crying loudly, lying on the floor, strong feelings in a small body.
So parenting requires emotional regulation.
It teaches it. You don't always arrive calm, but you learn.
Why do people still choose this path?
Because raising a child creates connection that grows over years.
Not just moments, but years.
Yes. You watch them develop their own personality. At first, they need you for everything. Later, they surprise you.
How?
They say something thoughtful. They solve a problem differently than you would. They become someone independent.
So the reward is not control, but witnessing.
Beautifully said. You witness a human becoming themselves.
And the hard days?
They don't disappear. They evolve. Babies cry. Toddlers scream. Teenagers withdraw. Each stage asks for a different kind of patience.
So parenting stretches you over time.
It shapes you slowly. not in one moment, but across years.
What about modern parenting challenges?
One big one is screen time. Many parents struggle with how early children use phones.
Do you think giving a phone too early can create problems?
It can. Phones are convenient, but they can replace real interaction if we're not careful.
Something small happened recently, but it stayed with me.
Now I'm curious. What kind of small thing?
After a family dinner, when everyone had left, my mother and I were washing dishes together. It was quiet, peaceful.
Those late-night kitchen moments feel different, don't they?
They do. And out of nowhere, she said, "You would be a good father."
Oh, that's not a light sentence.
It surprised me because it wasn't pressure. She didn't ask when. She just stated it calmly.
So it felt more like belief than expectation.
Yes, belief. And belief is harder to ignore.
What did it trigger in you?
It made me question myself. Not practically, not about money or schedules, but internally.
Internally, how?
I wondered, am I patient enough? Would I stay emotionally steady when I'm tired? Could I handle repetition without losing warmth?
So it shifted from the idea of having a child to the kind of person you are.
That's right. It became about character.
Did it make you feel pressured to step forward?
Not pressured, more reflective. I realized something. Being capable of something doesn't mean it's time to step into it.
That's an important distinction.
I don't want to become a father because it's the next step. I want it to match the direction my life is moving in.
So what did you tell her?
I said, maybe one day, but not now.
And how did that feel?
Surprisingly calm. I wasn't rejecting the possibility. I was letting it breathe.
So for you, waiting felt intentional.
Yes, it felt like care, not hesitation.
For me, clarity came from watching my sister after she had her baby.
What changed for you when you saw her?
At first, I noticed the atmosphere. The house felt full, but delicate. Blankets everywhere, half-finished tasks, a cup of tea left untouched.
So life didn't look organized anymore.
Not organized in the old way. It moved differently.
What do you mean by differently?
Time felt broken into small pieces. Everything revolved around the baby's needs.
Did you see a moment that made you understand something deeper?
Yes. One night the baby wouldn't stop crying. My sister walked back and forth in the living room for almost an hour.
Was she frustrated?
No, that's what surprised me. She was tired but steady.
What did that show you?
That parenting isn't just about emotion. It's about consistency.
Consistency in what sense?
Showing up again and again, even when you're exhausted, even when it's repetitive, even when nobody notices.
So it's less about big moments and more about small repeated ones.
Exactly. Not dramatic love, but durable love.
Did watching her want the same thing for you?
It didn't rush me. It grounded me.
Grounded you how?
It made me realize that becoming a parent isn't about enjoying babies in theory. It's about sustaining care for years.
And what did that realization give you?
Peace. Because I understood that when I step into that role, I want my life to feel stable enough to support it.
So it wasn't fear.
No, it was clarity.
And clarity feels different from hesitation.
Very different. Clarity feels grounded.
There is a quiet moment when something inside begins to shift. Not because a child has arrived, not because anyone has asked you, but because your thinking starts to stretch forward.
Stretch forward?
Yes, into a future that includes someone else. It happens subtly. You begin evaluating your life through a different lens.
What kind of lens?
A long-term one. You look at your daily habits and wonder, would this rhythm support a family? You look at your environment and think, would this space feel safe? You look at your work schedule and ask, would I be present enough?
And this can happen even before a child exists?
Definitely. That's what makes it powerful. The child isn't physically present, but they begin influencing your imagination.
So the shift begins in the mind first.
Yes, in imagination and planning. You begin choosing not only for now, but for someone who might one day depend on you.
That changes how you measure decisions.
It does. Short-term excitement becomes less important than long-term stability. Spontaneity becomes balanced with foresight. You start asking yourself, is this sustainable? Is this responsible over time?
That sounds like a deeper form of thinking.
It is. And it reveals something important. When your decisions begin to include someone unseen, your sense of self is expanding.
Expanding in what way?
You move from thinking only about personal preference to thinking about shared consequence. From what do I want to what would be wise.
So it's less about desire and more about perspective.
Absolutely. And that widening perspective, that ability to hold another life in your imagination, is often where parenthood truly begins. Not in birth, but in integration.
When you allow yourself to think seriously about children, it reveals what you truly prioritize.
What do you mean by that?
It exposes your hierarchy of values.
Do you place freedom above stability? Adventure above routine? Personal ambition above shared responsibility?
Those aren't easy questions.
No, they aren't. Because there is no universally correct answer. But imagining a child forces you to choose.
Choose between what?
Between immediacy and longevity. Between independence and interdependence. Between control and surrender.
And sometimes it brings fear to the surface.
Yes. You might realize you fear losing flexibility, or losing quiet, or losing parts of yourself.
And other people might fear something different.
They might fear missing out on meaning, missing out on connection, missing out on building something beyond themselves.
So the reflection is not only about children.
No, It's about identity. It shows whether you are protecting comfort or protecting timing. Those are not the same thing. Protecting comfort means avoiding disruption. Protecting timing means honoring readiness that grows slowly and intentionally.
That distinction feels important.
It is. Because thoughtful timing comes from clarity. Avoidance comes from fear. And when you can tell the difference, your decision, whatever it is, becomes grounded. Now, let's gently turn toward you.
When was the first time someone asked you about having children?
How did your body react?
Did you answer quickly?
Or did you pause before speaking?
Have you ever noticed how your answer changes depending on who asks?
Maybe you speak differently with family?
Differently with friends?
Or differently when you're alone with your own thoughts?
Have you ever surprised yourself with your own reaction?
Maybe you felt defensive.
Or unexpectedly emotional?
Or completely calm.
These reflections stay with us because they shape direction.
They show us where we feel settled.
And where we are still evolving.
Today, we didn't just talk about having kids as a life event.
We explored what happens beneath the surface.
We looked at how a simple comment from someone we love can open deep self-reflection.
And how watching real-life parenting can change our understanding more than any advice.
We saw that becoming a parent is not a single decision made in one moment.
It is something that slowly forms in thought, observation, and experience.
We talked about how imagination begins shaping perspective long before anything becomes real.
And how clarity often comes not from excitement, but from quiet honesty.
We also recognize that there is a difference between reacting to expectation
and responding from inner conviction,
between liking the idea
and understanding the depth of the role.
Parenthood, we discovered, is not only about emotion.
It is about consistency of character.
It is about the ability to hold another life in your awareness.
And to allow your perspective to widen because of it.
Most importantly, we learned that thoughtful decisions grow from reflection.
Not from comparison, not from pressure, not from fear.
But from a place of steadiness.
And when a decision grows from steadiness, whatever choice you make carries integrity.
Before we finish, let's slowly review some useful words from today.
First, the word pregnant. If someone is pregnant, it means they have a baby growing inside their body.
Next, raise a child. To raise a child means to take care of them, support them, and help them grow.
We also talked about parenting. Parenting is the job of being a parent. It includes teaching, caring, guiding, and protecting.
Another important word is toddler. A toddler is a young child, usually around 2 or 3 years old, who is just learning to walk and talk.
We mentioned tantrum. A tantrum is when a small child becomes very upset and cries or screams loudly.
We also used the word responsibility. Responsibility means something you must take care of. Having a child is a long-term responsibility.
And finally, the word ready. To be ready means you feel prepared, emotionally, financially, and mentally for something important.
These words are simple, but they help you talk about family life in clear English.
You can use them in everyday conversations when talking about children, parents, or your future plans. As we come to the end of today's episode, thank you for spending this time with us.
We appreciate you listening carefully and thinking deeply about this topic.
Talking about having kids is not always easy.
It's a personal subject, and everyone has a different path.
We hope today's conversation helped you learn new words and feel more confident speaking about this topic in English.
If this episode helped you, please like and subscribe to the Koala English Podcast.
You can also leave a comment below. What do you think about having children? Are you ready or not yet?
Your experiences are important. They make our learning community stronger.
Take care of yourself.
Respect your timing.
And we'll see you next time on the Koala English Podcast.
Bye, everyone.